In this speech, I'm going to be talking about how the community can help the homeless to get off the streets and into the workforce, and how they can be trying to do everything that they can to maintain that. Homelessness is becoming a bigger and bigger issue simply because there are places that they don't have any need for employment, therefore people cannot get jobs, therefore they cannot pay for housing, therefore they become homeless. But this can be prevented. Now, how to try and get the homeless people off the streets and back into the workforce. Why it's so necessary to get the homeless off the streets and back into the workforce. The main reason is because homelessness is bad for our tourist industry, business in general, and the quality of our citizens who live and sleep on the streets, and those of us who do not. Are there people that are curious about the homeless and care enough to help them? And why would having homeless people in the world be such an issue? People in places that are not meant for human habitation, such as streets, parks, alleys, subway tunnels, all-night movie theaters, abandoned buildings, roofs, stairwells, caves, campgrounds, and vehicles are not permitted. We shouldn't have people living in those areas where people are every day. But another problem is that arresting the homeless is not a solution. You cannot arrest someone for being homeless, and it is wrong. Making sure you get the right people to the right jobs, things that they are educated in, will help them get off the streets. Going up to people and asking if they want to be a lawyer, for example, or if they can work in a law firm would not be good, because most homeless people more than likely don't know anything about that. Find people who may not necessarily be book smart, but mechanically smart, knowing how to fix things or put things back together. In doing this and showing the homeless that they are worth something and not dumb, it could help boost their self-confidence. The goal is to try and develop a shelter system that will keep homeless people off the streets until they have the skills themselves to stay off the streets. Giving them lessons and teaching them how to read and write is one of the ways that they can do that. A long-term goal that they have are to develop a homeless program that is a model for other cities to copy, a program that the federal government will adopt and fund nationally. There are many researchers that help support these solutions. In San Francisco, Mayor Reed has said that he will donate $50,000 or his first year's salary as mayor to buy good quality single mattresses for all the new homeless shelters. There are certain stereotypes that people have about homeless people that will cause them to not want to have them join their workforce, though, which makes it difficult for people to be understanding about letting them work for them. Drug addicts, prostitutes, kids who are known to steal things and got kicked out of the house because they did so. Most likely people with that stereotype wouldn't want people working in their field, which will make it difficult for people to be more lenient towards getting homeless people off the streets and into the workforce. I think getting the homeless off the streets and into the workforce is a very good idea. Not only would it clean up around places and make everything a little bit nicer for tourists to come, but it would also give everyone a fair chance, especially at having a job. I'm a college student that believes everyone should have an equal chance at maintaining a balanced life for themselves. Just like I have an opportunity to go to college, I think a homeless person should have the opportunity to be able to pick their feet back up and get back on their feet and work again. And having more job options, people would have an equal opportunity to work. Does that mean that you have to make room for someone to have a job? No, but if there is room for a job, you shouldn't just turn them away simply because they are or were prior homeless. No one should have to live without a home simply because the job they specialize in isn't hiring or offering for positions to work. We should all be more willing to help the less fortunate become a little bit more fortunate.